What's going on, guys? It's Shane with Blacktop Racing, and I am here in a 2016 WRX. And I got Mark here, which is the car owner. So he's letting me test this out. And in the last video, I actually had the sister car, so the BRZ Limited, and this is the WRX Limited. So we're gonna try and see, hey, does Big Brother have what it takes to beat Little Sister? And I say the sister because the BRZs are a little bit more finesse, you know. So, and this one, I know we're gonna have to flog around versus the Little Sister. So it should be fun. There's a hill start. There's 2 climbs, which will make this a ton of fun. So we'll see what's up. All-wheel drive, obviously, in the WRX versus rear-wheel drive. Turbo, has some good power. This has, what, 265? Woo! It's a little bit different than when they first came to the States with 223 or so horsepower. So it's going to be fun. And Davey's favorite show here, what's it called?
Blacktop.
I wanted you to say it.
I'm not going to bring up your ethnicity.
All good. So here we go. So traction control is off. Has some good power. And yeah, this car is fully stock. Has good power. The brakes are a lot better than the old school ones. The car actually turns a lot better, dude. On power, obviously, all-wheel drive is going to have us understeering here. It is a stock suspension, so the car kind of flails a little bit. But you can come in here on the brakes, keep it tight since it's all-wheel drive, and just get on the gas nice and early. Dude, this thing moves. Brakes, because it doesn't like going in there. Throw it around. Brakes, just kind of beat us off. I can't roll on the gas when I'm turning because of all-wheel drive. Can't sweep because of all-wheel drive. So I'm driving a little too smooth right now. That's a bump that's right in the middle of the road, unfortunately, and that's in my video walkthroughs that will scare a bunch of people. So right now, that's a 57.8, and that was taking it nice and easy. So the dynamics of the car right now, since the car has a stock suspension, it has some roll on it. So that's one thing to kind of note. Power-wise, the power is good because it is turboed. You do have to get on the throttle a little early, but in the low end, the torque is actually the torque is actually really good, and it's smooth. It doesn't like hit you in the face like the old school ones.
It's like strolls twice. There's a down low and an up high.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it'll come in at like 2,500, and it comes in again at like $5,000. So
oh,
you get going. Yeah, it doesn't peter out.
That's interesting, because I was wondering when it was going to actually just fall on its face or something, but I didn't feel as though it's falling on its face at all.
No.
Yeah, man, this is a lot better than the old school
ones.
Oh my goodness.
So the 2-liter, the last model is 2.5. So a little more torquey there and a little more instant, but this is 2-liter, but
it's a twin scroll turbo.
Twin scroll turbo. It comes on twice.
Yeah. And it's actually mounted closer to the exhaust manifold. The exhaust manifold is smaller than the old one. So it's not like to the right of the motor in this one, right? It's on the bottom.
I don't know.
Yeah. So one of the tech specs on this is that the location on the old one used to be basically just behind the motor, and then now this one is closer to the exhaust. So the exhaust manifold is smaller, so it even helps out as far as exhaust hitting the turbo very quickly. So yeah, the car, with it just basically being showroom stock with just tires, camber bolts, it feels pretty darn good. And this is a car that you drive every day.
I drove this to daycare on Friday, yeah, just like this. I have 2 baby seats in back.
Nice, that is awesome. That is awesome. So let's kind of see how I can run this now. I'm trying to go 10-10, so if I'm a little bit quiet, you know why. So a little soft off of the launch. So I'm gonna drive it like I stole it, but I gotta try and flick the car more, because like right here it's gonna push because I have to V it off. I'm driving a little too slow down here. Hit that cone. Try to beat us all. Flick it in. Just get on the gas super early. Take the power as much as possible. Little brake early to line this up. Brakes early just so I can, I added too much distance, but back on the throttle. Brakes early because I just want to cut the distance. Get back on it, off, get back on it. Already brakes. And 57.2. So not much faster. So 57.2. And one of the biggest things with this car is because I can't sweep, so I misjudged some of my areas as far as that I can kind of take. And the rear end, the car is actually really stable, so the car's rear end actually doesn't come around as much to take advantage of it. So it's very smooth. The car drives very smooth. Power delivery is nice. And I can see where this would just be super fun on the street as well.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's cool. Where you park? Let's see. Just park here with its brethren. All right, so let's talk about the car and the dynamics a little bit. So the power is good. The BRZ that I drove earlier was obviously fully set up for the car. So it had similar alignment where you can go max, but it did have shocks. And with this course being more set up kind of like for sweepers and so forth, it was actually a lot, it fit this course a little bit better than the WRX. The WRX is fun. You can toss this guy around, no problems. Right now the car is set up a little bit more neutral. So the rear end doesn't want to dance nearly as much.
Yeah, and you can play around with tire pressures to move that. I like it like this.
Yeah. Yep. And what pressures do you run?
33 front, 31 rear, and if they're even, it'll usually be a little more tail happy.
Yeah. So for depending on your driving style, you always cater that's first and foremost as far as where you can bring out more in the car. For myself, just for this, since as soon as you floor it with the all-wheel drive, it's always going to straighten you out. So for me, I would like it more on the edgy or tiptoe is what a lot of people kind of say. So that way, hey, if it's stepping out a little bit, all you got to do is floor it and it'll understeer. So here, some of my acceleration points with somebody that's used to the chassis and used to the all-wheel drive will actually drive this a lot more efficient. They'll cut off more distance, they'll be on the accelerator more, and I think it'll also be closer to the BRZ's time. Those areas where I kind of added too much distance and it just, now I can't be on the power. Those are the areas where, let's just say about half a second with my mess up, because the car doesn't have the shocks and no bar. Right. So let's just give it a half a second, and then because of my mishaps, at least another 0.3 or so, and it's kind of in that ballpark. So is D Street the place to be? Of course, because this was king. Yeah. I mean, D Street, the WRXs, the people loved them since these came out. Danny Cow had one, which was unfortunately he learned some lessons. Yeah, he learned some lessons with that. Let's just say that. But he loved that car. He really enjoyed that car. I tried driving it with him. I couldn't do it. No. I don't know. I just couldn't do it with. I guess I got used to the rear-wheel drive cars. But yeah. Anything you wanna kind of?
No, I've owned both cars. I've had a BRZ that I ran in C Street where it was last year. I've had this car, and I moved to this for practicality because I got kids and I can load shit in the back. And I can drive around the snow and whatever. And it's actually got a trunk. The BRZ was awesome. It's a fun car. It was good on gas. This one's way more practical. I like the power. I am not a great rear-wheel drive driver, and this one I can screw up and recover in this a lot easier than I can screw up in a Miata or a BRZ or whatever, because if I'm offline, well, I'll get back online, get on the gas, and I can straighten it out and hammer it back. I'm just more comfortable with all-wheel drive cars personally, but as far as like a do-everything car, that's why I love this one. It's the second WRX I had. Yeah.
What was your first one?
I had a 2006 that I ran in STU, so it had some more kind of modifications for it, but it felt exactly like this. Yeah. Just this one stock felt like my modified STU.
Yeah,
car.
and that's saying a lot because a lot of modern cars are feeling that the chassis rigidity is so much better, the shocks, the suspension, everything's just so much better that this stock essentially feels like a modified car, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And that's saying a lot to the engineering and how we've progressed over the years. So no, that's cool. But yeah, I mean, it has a lot of room. This chassis has gotten bigger over the years, and so I mean, I moved up, and it looks like we
fits
can,
kids, fits people, fits adults.
And their stuff in the trunk. So no, that's good. So man, that's nice. I do like them. I do like them. So if you're cross shopping a BRZ or a WRX, you have your pros and cons. Obviously, one is more of a sports car, one is more of a sports sedan or rally bred. So you kind of choose which one you want and what kind of suits your needs. Mark had both, and he just progressed through it. So good stuff. But thanks, Mark. And thank you guys for watching. Hit the like button and also hit subscribe. Check out our sponsors, Agile Auto and Apex Junkie. Thanks for the sponsorship this year. And thank you, WDCR region, for letting me do the one takes, being a ton of fun. And the community is great here. So I'll catch you guys later. Always playing with my fuzzy because it's always hanging with us, Mark. You want to rub it? Yeah. All right. Catch you guys later. Take care.